Yo, long time no talk. Been a minute, but I'm back. I'm here for the real show. Once the halfway point in the season happened, where everyone went into league, I just happened to really I don't want to watch Valhalla play Monta Vista. I don't want to watch West Hills play Santana. I don't want to watch Hilltop play Castle Park. I don't want to watch Escondido play San Pasqual. You know what I'm saying? Like, the conference games are great. They matter when it comes to your league and your conference to be able to win it all and get notoriety. But the real stuff happens when playoff starts. That's what I'm here for. 2022 playoff predictions. At the time of this recording, nothing has came out, so I'm gonna make a whole separate video when it comes to just the playoffs only, but this is gonna be just a recap of the 2022 season for the San Diego Section High School football season. So let's get into it. Boom. Cathedral or frauds. That's the number one thing that came into my mind. I believe that Cathedral was ranked number 1, I believe, at the start of the season. And for some reason, I guess Mater Dei was actually, no. I take that back. Mater Dei was the biggest frauds. I made a whole video on it. Mater Dei Catholic was the biggest frauds of the whole 2022, not just the whole 2022 season, but they're frauds for the whole history of high school football in San Diego in terms of prediction and how good the team would actually be. So shout out to them. They had a good finish to their season, but anyone would have a good finish to a season if they're playing Bonita Vista, Hilltop, and Otay Ranch and Eastlake to finish out the rest of their conference play. You know, they should be in a different league and their own with some better teams, but they're in their region, so they're just playing their teams. So what do you expect? Biggest disappointment obviously goes to them, so I'm gonna categorize Cathedral Catholic and Mater Dei Catholic as the biggest frauds, because I think both of them ended with a losing record or 500 even, and they were predicted to go 1-2 and play in the CIF championship for open division. Myself, as well as most people, kind of predicted that, and they ended up being one of the worst Division 1 teams in San Diego County. Lincoln High School is going to go ahead and win the CIF. They're going to go into open division. I believe that they're going to go ahead and beat Carlsbad. I think Carlsbad is going to make it all the way. Carlsbad hasn't really been tested. They played some pretty good North County teams like La Costa Canyon and Mission Hills. I believe that they beat everybody. I think their only loss this year was to Inglewood High School. And they haven't been tested and they haven't played at Madison or Lincoln. So I got Lincoln winning over Carlsbad as the open division championship. So that's my prediction. Lincoln's going to win it all. They don't just have the skill position players, they have it all this year. They have the receivers, they have the quarterback that can make plays, even though I don't think he's that great. Nothing undermining him or his ability, but I just don't think he's the guy to take him all the way when it comes to a state. But he can do enough to win a section championship, which is all that really matters. Stout defense, great interior. They got offensive line that can block. I honestly think, most people think that the receivers are the strongest. Skill positions are the strongest when it comes to the success of the team. But I think their D-line is the best position group. And when you have a good D-line, you're probably going to win championships. That's at all levels. I believe Poway is going to go ahead and win Division 1 CIF unless they move up to open division. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like that they may go to open, but if they stay at Division 1, they're winning the whole thing, no doubt. They had a great season. It's one of those years. They go 10-0. This is their year to take it all. And kind of segueing into that whole ideal, Granite Hills, congratulations to them. I believe that they went 9-1. I think they had a close loss to Division 1 Madison, lost by 3 points at Madison, so that could have went the other way if they were at home. Shouts out to Granite Hills. This might be their best team of all time. I'm not sure, depending on how far you go back into their history, but this is their year to win it all, kind of like the 2014 El Capitan Vaqueros team that went all the way to state and lost to Campo Lindo, beating Helix. At the time of this recording, Granite Hills beat Helix in 4 overtimes at Jim Arnaz Field. So shouts out to them, man. They had a great game, great execution throughout the whole year. This is their year. So I think they're going to play Division 2. I hope they do so they can win CIF. I'm cheering for them. One of the few last hopes of good East County football. Even though East County football sucks, they're going to do really well and hopefully make a deep playoff run and maybe go to state, depending on where they bid and where they end up. But I have them winning CIF. If they're to go to Division 1, they have a chance to still make it all the way, but I don't think that they can take down a Mission Hills or a Poway, whoever is staying in Division 1. So we'll see what happens there. A lot of the teams who I predicted that were frauds were frauds. Patrick Henry Patriots losing by almost 60 to University City yesterday. Kind of revenge game. They suck. They can't do anything without JT O'Sullivan. It's just the way it was. Why my prediction of them was the way it was, because they lost integral part of the success of what got their team to win a CIF last year is gone. So they don't have that, as well as their seniors. You could say the same thing about Scripps Ranch coming off a state championship win. Scripps Ranch coming off of the state championship win was probably, it was a blessing and a curse. They got everything that they really wanted going all the way last year, but just the championship hangover and just the disappointment of the expectations. But unless people really knew what was going on within the interior, just within the team and the coaching staff, then they would have actually known the truth. But because most people can't report on that stuff, they don't really know what will actually happen until the team starts playing games. They lost with Leatherwood, and it was just all downhill from there. So they're a huge disappointment. Probably more surprising that they moved up to Division 1 as opposed to Mater Dei going up 2 divisions, because Mater Dei could actually compete with some of these teams. I don't think that Mater Dei played Scripps this year, but if they did, they'd beat them 40 to 14, even if they had their starting quarterback Leatherwood there. I just think that's just the discrepancy between each of those teams in terms of talent. But it is what it is. They're frauds. And to all the guys commenting on the team on my videos, keep commenting, man. I love to have a discussion with you guys, sit down, talk with ball with y'all. You know what I mean? I'm just not no regular person. Like, I actually can break things down, and I have reasons for what I say, and there's always a method to the madness. So if you always want to have a discussion or message me, man, please do. These videos aren't here just to talk mess and junk. It's actually here to just let people know what's going on through my lens, and I'm really open and able to be able to discuss with people like that. I wish I had actually more conversations. So it is what it is. But other than that, those are really the main teams. I think at this moment now, they're still kind of deciding who is going to be in Division 1. I think that, like, literally when I'm recording this, they're making like the playoff brackets right now, if they're not already up now. So that's going to be a whole separate video in terms of predictions and who's going to go all the way with the actual seedings. But right now, again, this video is just kind of a recap of what happened from what I saw through the 2022 season. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was very competitive. There wasn't any runaway favorites this year. Based off of my predictions, sheesh, you want to talk about some weird stuff, man. Oceanside and Grossmont basically losing all their games. That was pretty crazy, but I pretty much hit the nail on the head for that one. Santa Fe Christian only losing 1 or 2 games. I had them going undefeated, but they lost to Bishops, and I believe they lost to somebody else too. Just had a ridiculously easy schedule, so it's not like, I don't think that they're a legit team to like go all the way. They might, depending on what division they are, but no, they just had a really easy schedule and they got away with a lot. So that's that. Definitely didn't have Granite Hills going to be this good. Cathedral, obviously, I think they ended up being 5-5. They didn't have them, winning too well, but who knows? They might be able to make a run in the playoffs. So I'm not sure. They may be able to turn some heads. They should. This is the last chance that they have this year with this team to try and do something, unless they just want to kind of tuck their tail between their legs and just walk away. So we'll see. Doyle, we'll see what he's got. I know he's got some up his sleeve, but they're going to make some noise. And then obviously, like I said, Lincoln Madison, man, they're the favorites. Carlsbad's up there, but I don't think that they have the firepower. They definitely have the quarterback, but the quarterback can only do so much. So you got to be able to match up with those athletes. So yeah, overall, a really good season. I'm glad some teams stepped up. Elko and Valley stepped up, just off the top of my head. I think Mar Vista did really well in D5 this year. Chula Vista, area was pretty competitive, so good for them. North County, wasn't too many disappointing teams other than Oceanside, but El Camino, San Marcos, Mission Hills, they were all pretty solid. So, hey, we'll see, man. I'm excited for this playoffs. I'm going to try and go to as many games as I can, and we'll see what happens. Next video is going to be playoff predictions, so stay tuned for that.